U.S. President Biden declares ERA, the 28th Amendment, without legal effect. On Friday, U.S. President Joe Biden expressed his belief that the Equal Rights Amendment, ERA, which guarantees equal rights regardless of sex, has been added to the Constitution as the 28th Amendment. In his statement, Biden said, "It is long past time to recognize the will of the American people. In keeping with my oath and duty to Constitution and country, I affirm what I believe and what 3/4 of the states have ratified. The 28th Amendment is the law of the land, guaranteeing all Americans equal rights and protections under the law regardless of their sex." Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley and the Equal Rights Amendment Caucus supported Biden's declaration, calling it a significant step in advancing protections for women and LGBTQIA+ individuals. Background on the ERA. First drafted in 1923 by Alice Paul, the ERA was adopted by Congress in 1972. It states, "Equality of rights under the law shall not be denied or abridged by the U.S. or any state on account of sex." The amendment also grants Congress the authority to enforce it through legislation. By 2020, 38 states had ratified the ERA, meeting the threshold required under Article 5 of the Constitution. This milestone was reached when Virginia ratified the amendment in January 2020, leading some advocates to assert that the ERA had been officially adopted as the 28th Amendment. Legal challenges and controversies. Despite the ratifications, legal questions persist. Critics argue that Congress's original deadline for ratification, extended to 1982, expired with only 35 states' approval. Additionally, 5 states that previously ratified the ERA attempted to rescind their ratifications. In 2020, the Department of Justice issued a memorandum concluding that Virginia's ratification was invalid due to the expired deadline.
As a result, the National Archives and Records Administration, NARA, declined to publish the ERA as an official amendment under 1 U.S. Code Section 106B. Efforts to overcome legal hurdles. To address these issues, former Senator Ben Cardin introduced a joint resolution in 2019 to remove the ratification deadline. In 2023, Senator Kirsten Gillibrand introduced another resolution affirming that the ERA was validly ratified and enforceable as the 28th Amendment. However, neither resolution passed, as both were referred to the Senate Committee on the Judiciary. Future implications. Following Biden's opinion, it remains uncertain whether NARA will recognize the ERA as part of the U.S. Constitution. The legal and political debates surrounding the amendment continue, leaving its official status unresolved. Following the opinion, the National Archives and Records Administration refused to exercise its statutory power and publish the ERA as a valid amendment under 1 U.S. Code Section 106B. To clear the legal hurdle, former Senator Ben Cardin introduced a joint resolution to remove the deadline for the ratification of the ERA in 2019. Similarly, Senator Kirsten Gillibrand introduced another joint resolution to affirm that the ERA has been validly ratified and enforceable as the 28th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution in 2023. Nonetheless, both were referred to the Senate Committee on the Judiciary and were not passed. Following President Biden's opinion, whether the National Archives and Records Administration will recognize the ERA as a part of the U.S. Constitution remains to be seen.